Hey people, Amber's back early, but she's got some stuff to do, so then she'll be back at the 11:30 stream. So, how's everybody doing? Hopefully you guys having a good one. This is going to be the 63rd episode of Mario Kart, and yes, it will be pretty intense, because we're still in the, Mirror Cup world. I don't know if we're gonna get to 200 CCs or not, because the struggle is real. The struggle is very real. I'm not doing well at all. I said I would be Cat Peach today, but I don't think I can. I will play one level with Cat Peach. We'll see how bad we do, and then switch to a tiny character. Sound good? Sound good. Alright, I'm going to be using this vehicle because I don't think a golden thing's really going to help me very much. We were on... We're going to do Boomerang. I'm going to do Boomerang, then we're going to go to Propeller. Or wait, Boomerang, Feather, Cherry, Propeller, Rock. This one. Or something. Yeah. Turnip I did really bad. You can see. Oh my gosh. Boomerang it is. Let's go. Oh my gosh. Whoa, why is that popping up again? Boomerang. Okay. Alright, let's do it. Whoa! Cat Peach Boomerang. Let's party. Let's see what happens. Boom, boom. Hmm?
Wow, here's somebody else. Congratulations.
Yeah, an anniversary is supposed to be 2 people. Grand Prix, that's right. Here comes Speed Racer. He's a demon on wheels. Da -da 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 -da. He's a demon and he's gonna be chasing after someone. Meow. So, Amber got, Zelda... Well, no, she didn't mean to get Zelda a new thing, but now both Link and Zelda are sleeping on the new rug. Within, like, less than a foot and a half from each other. It is a gaudy, cheap rug, and the cats love it. It's so weird. Apparently. They seem to like it. Usually Zelda likes to be up high, and she doesn't have the high ground right now. I'm fine with this. Yep. You'll be fine. I know, Amber, but right now, we can't turn away help. I don't know what to tell you, sweetie. What, sweetie? Okay, baby. You have a good talk with your dad. I'm looking forward to playing that game with you later tonight. Now I got that song stuck in my head. Whoa! Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, so Amber's annoyed because she only got a $3 tip today. From, like, this lady, really fancy house, ordered a Subway sandwich, and they live in, like, a really nice neighborhood, and she only gave, like, a $2 tip or something. Really, really unacceptable. Out in the middle of nowhere, really fancy house, ordered just a Subway sandwich, is rude, and only gave a $3 tip. Out of making Amber go, like, literally so far away. And it's like, they just ordered one sandwich? It's insane. Wow, you guys really like that rug. Okay. Don't take anything under $6. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I mean, it's one thing. I mean, definitely the lady who ordered the Subway, I mean, they live in like a at least a $500,000 house or more.
It was a mansion.
Never mind. Amber says it was a mansion. They're cheapskates.
Literally, when I got up there, I was thinking, like, it looks like one of those mansions on the Discord, bro. That, like, has servants and stuff.
Yeah, so they didn't, you know, they didn't even give a decent tip. They're just like, yeah, here's your Subway sandwich, and they're rude, and they're like, whatever. And they have all these scary dogs, and Amber got $3 for a tip. So she came home and ranted to me. Jerk lady. Gotcha, sweetie. Older lady? Yeah, that'd be an older lady. Oh. Gotcha. Interesting. Well, the important thing is you're home safe, so. Yo quiero Taco Bell. Yep, give your dad a ring. Tell him I said hi. Go, kitty, go. No, I don't think the those people that own the mansion, Miss Deanna, were house poor. They had really nice cars out front. Like house poor would be one thing. They have a beautiful house and they don't have any money.
Maybe they were. That's what I was thinking. I was wondering that. Maybe they were just, maybe they were the gardener just watching the house for me.
The gardener watching the house.
Because I was like, you're only ordering a Subway sandwich and I had to come all the way out here.
Yeah, but you said the lady was wearing capris and nice shirt and jewelry. That's, yeah.
Yeah, she looked like one of the rich Massachusetts people that I used to know.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, I'm from the Midwest. Like, everyone in the East Coast looks rich. If their clothes match, they look rich to me.
Oh.
I mean, look at what I'm wearing here. I don't even, it doesn't matter. I'm so sick of, this is the thing about
You got to morph into the Black Ranger.
This is the thing about me is like, people try to like give me style tips and stuff, and I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to Kohl's or JCPenney, I'm gonna get all these really nice dresses, and then at the end of the day, they just sit in my closet and I don't care. It's just like, well, I'm just gonna grab this old t-shirt and black pants and black shirt and off I go. Because I don't actually care. That's the problem. It's like I can have the wardrobe of a princess in my closet, but I don't actually care. Like, I don't want to put the effort into caring. Like, That's the problem with me, is like, it's like, you know, and that even happens to me at church. Like, one day I'll be like, well, I guess I'm gonna wear a nice dress today. And everyone's like, oh my gosh.
Oh, shoot.
Like, oh my gosh, don't you look great? And then it's like, oh, thanks, I guess. And then it's like the next week, I decide not to care again. And everyone's like, oh, hello. It's like, oh my gosh, does it really matter that much what I'm wearing at this point? Why does this matter so much to people? Like, I don't actually look at people like that. I don't go, oh wow, you're looking great. Like, do I act like that? I don't think so.
No.
I don't think I act like that. Like, I just talk to people the same way no matter what they're wearing. You know? I don't know, but yeah, like the way that ladies used to dress in Massachusetts that used to work with me at the dentist's office. There was these ladies that had houses on the Cape, and they worked at the dentist office with me. And they wore exactly what this lady was wearing. Capris with a nice shirt and lots of jewelry. Like, the women that, like, I worked with, they just had their jewelry everywhere. Like, gold rings, gold necklace, gold earrings, you know, a nice bag. And then they would just wear, like, normal, like, very nice, but, like, normal clothes. Like, nice capris, nice shirt. But they were not, like, dressed fancy, like, in a ball gown or anything. But they just wore their money, like, on their fingers. Yep.
Do 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 do. Let's go, green cat, pink cat ranger. Oh, you made platinum status? I mean, the cup thing wasn't your fault, though. The Starbucks policy doesn't allow you to check the bag once they put the cup in, so if the cup ends up spilling or they put it in the wrong way, it's on Starbucks, not you. Because you're not allowed to open the bag. I don't think. Yeah. They should have handed you the drink properly, though. They put the drink upside down, is that what happened? Okay, little one. They spilled the fancy tea. Oh. Yep. Why wouldn't I? Oh no! Whoa! Yeah, that's gonna help. Yes! Off to a good start. Off to a good start! Don't jinx it! Yeah, they have a policy that you can't open the bag if they put a drink in it or something. Like, that way people can't accuse DoorDash of stealing food or whatever. I mean, I'm a paranoid customer, too. If I knew that somebody was opening the bag, be like, what's missing from my bag? But yeah, apparently Starbucks put the drink in wrong. And then Amber put it in her car, and she didn't know, you know, they handed it to her wrong. So, something happened in transit with the drink, and the guy was not happy. Maybe they should make drink bags see-through. That way the person who's, you know, transporting the drink can see if it's right side up or not. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Da 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 da. Cat power. Oof. What exactly am I again? What? Yeah, I just don't know these courses very well at all. Oof. Bye, monkey boy. No, 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 no! Oh! No, no, no! Oh my gosh. Well, I won overall, but that's 1 star. Dang it! 1 star again! Ah! I can't keep doing these 1 stars, man. Tank blasted. Darn it! I thought I would at least get 2 stars or 3 stars, whatever. I don't care. Worker negligence, yeah. Sounds like somebody at Starbucks messed up and then they handed her the drink wrong. And if Starbucks or DoorDash or whatever didn't have the policy of not being able to check the bag, I mean, yeah. But the guy wasn't very nice to her anyway. I don't think he was a very nice customer to begin with. He came to the car all angry anyway. Then he left angrier. Came to the car angry. Then he left angrier. So, yeah, good guy. Uh-oh. Yeah, if we get 3 stars, if we get 2 stars, so be it. If we don't, I don't care anymore. Not enough time left to do everything. Thanks for becoming a member. Sorry, guys, we had to, She did it again. At least this time she was nice enough to do it in a plastic bag, I guess. But I was cleaning up stuff on the floor and I noticed there was something in the plastic bag that wasn't supposed to be. I don't know if she did it yesterday when Amber and I were, you know, scolding her, if she did it today after her box and everything downstairs was already clean. So, just super annoyed. Thank you, Dante, for becoming a member. Really appreciate that. It used to tell me how long people have been members. It doesn't tell me anymore. Oh, boy. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh no. I don't know. I don't know why I thought that would be a good idea. That was not a good idea. I don't know why I thought that was a good idea. Well, that didn't work. Oops! Kinda messed that up. Yeah, I'm back to streaming, babe. Yeah, sorry. Thanks, Dad. Thanks, Dad. Huh? Oh, we got first? Cool. I don't know why Zelda's misbehaving. I can't tell you. When a cat does this, the only thing that goes back to my mind is what we went through with Shadow. Shadow had, you know, she had renal disease, which is a kidney disease, which made her sick. And now, you know, for the past month or two, we've been finding stuff upstairs or in the wherever. Before, they didn't ever come upstairs and do that. So I don't know what's going on. But Zelda has a vet appointment in a couple weeks. Unfortunately, she's a cat. I take priority, so I have a doctor's appointment on the 10th I have to go to, so... Zelda won't be able to go to the vet until, like, the beginning of July or the end of June when we get paid again. I have to go to in order to get my medicine for my neuropathy and other stuff, I have to have a drug screening. So, like, I can't put off, because they said they won't renew my medicine, so... Even though I love my cats, I'm a human, I take priority, so... I can't miss the important meeting or they won't refill my medicine, then I'll have a stroke. So I have to, you know, I take priority over them. My appointment's on June 10th. I need that doctor's appointment, like, to get that stuff done. And I'm gonna, you know, they need $100 up front is what my copay is, so I can't miss that. If I miss that, I won't get my medicine, and then it'd be very bad. It'd be super, super, super bad. Ah! We're on the 3rd lap already? That's not good. Why are they being so mean? Oh gosh, not- Oh! I'm not even first! Oh, this is a problem. I lost. Yeah, I lost big time. If they don't give me any... They're not giving me anything but garbage. Nothing but garbage to fight these guys with. I can't believe this. Well, that's it. I gotta restart. There's there's medicine for neuropathy, yes. Yeah. Yes, there is. Yep. If I'm being completely honest, though, it doesn't feel like it does anything. I don't like taking it. Yes, I do have a limp. Da 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 da. Does it help with the electricity sensation in my leg? No. Nope. Nope. I have good days and bad days. Today I'm not really feeling it so much. Having that weird back pain again, but... Oof. No, the reason why I lost that previous race is because, I got whammied pretty bad. Daisy Cruiser, I got hit really bad. And I didn't have any way to defend myself, nor did they... This is what I don't like about Mario Kart 8 that I'm noticing. Mario Kart 8, if you're in 5th and 4th place, 40% of the time, they're going to give you garbage to fight the people who are ahead of you. Whether it's a banana peel or a green shell or maybe 3 green shells. When you're in 4th or 5th place, you need the bullet bill, or you need the star, or you need something. But no, they don't give it to you. I don't like the item drops in Mario Kart 8. Even Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I don't like the item drops. I don't think they're very good. I think Mario Kart Wii and Mario Kart 7 was better balanced with the drops. And even Double Dash. Double Dash, if you're in 2nd place, you can easily get a red shell. From what I remember from Double Dash. So if somebody happened to pass you, and you're like, you know, so close to finishing the race, you have a 50-50 chance of regaining 1st place. In this one, if you're in 2nd, if you're in 3rd place, they're not going to give you very good good items to take back your positioning. And that totally sucks. I don't like that. It makes it a lot harder. You know? What I don't understand is I read on websites that if you put cat food and their box near each other, the cats won't eat the food. So if their food is upstairs, why in the world is Zelda causing messes where she eats? Wouldn't that be unsanitary for the cats? Like, the cats are very, like, prideful and, you know, very, you know, clean animals. It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, Zelda should not be doing that. Her food is upstairs. There's no reason why for her to do that. It's really, it's irritating me so much. And again, her surgery was like 3 years ago, so I mean, you know, maybe she's very sick. I don't know. But like I said, I have to take priority over my cat because I can't miss my appointment next week. Because it's taken me a while to get my appointment, and I need that copay to get my medicine. Because this appointment, I'll get my medicine for the next, like, 6 to 7 months, no problem. Like, I won't have to go to the doctor at all. It's almost like a once-a-year appointment, you know? Huh? GameStop called me. Oh, that better not be bad news. That better not be bad news. Oh, this is just the second lap? Oh, geez. That means blue shell's coming. See, look at that. They get the, those people get the star, no problem. I haven't gotten the star at all. I can't think of any time that I've gotten the star in quite a while. I did get the star a couple times in Mario Kart 8 Original, but I haven't gotten the star at all in Deluxe. Not that I can think of. Maybe in Mario Kart, what do you call it? Maybe for the Mario Kart... Shoot! Hold it! Hold it! Okay. Oh my god. Might just be get your pre-order at night. Probably. Let me see. They left me a voice message. Hi, this is Jack calling from GameStop. They said, regards to your Switch pre-order, it looks like you have it paid off with us. Just wanted to give you some info about our midnight launch. Starting at 3 p.m. through 11 p.m. tomorrow, we will be having our midnight release pre-ring. So if you want to be here for the midnight launch, come in tomorrow. Finalize the pre-order with us. Looks like we paid it off. It's just to get your spot in line, and then you can come back at midnight. We'll put everybody in line, and then you can go on through and pick up your Switch. If you can't make it for midnight, that's okay. You have until Friday to pick it up, which is 9 p.m. If you have any concerns or questions, feel free to give us a call. I tried to call you today. Okay, alright. Well, pre-ring. Jack from State Farm. Yeah, I get paid around the 18th or 20th. That's when Zelda's appointment will be. The vet charges too much. When the vet was like a small organization, like for years when we first moved here, Zelda's appointment only cost about I think it was like 55 bucks, something like that. No, it was like $35 plus whatever shot she needed. So her entire appointment came out to like $100. Now, just for them to look at Zelda without doing any tests, it's $175. So it's very expensive. Before it wasn't expensive. It was a small startup place. They went, they merged with a big vet company in 2020, 2024, I think. They used to trim Zelda's claws for only $10. Now they charge $40. So I mean, it's just not. Unfortunately, they're the only vet near us too. There isn't any other like affordable vets. They were the most affordable, so it's too expensive. Instead of taking Zelda in every 3 or 6 months, we can only do once a year because it's too much. Because you have to remember, to have a cat, you're paying almost $100 a month just to have your cat. Litter, food, that kind of stuff. And they go through a lot of crunchies a month. So crunchies in general between Link and Zelda is like $80. And then for wet food, we get wet food like a couple times a month. That's $60. So for both cats, it's almost about $200 a month. Almost. And Zelda takes medicine on top of that, so her medicine costs like $50, I think, for stomach medicine. And like I said, it didn't used to be this expensive. They just all of a sudden, when they became like this big company with like this really nice office and stuff, they used to operate outside of a house. Their business was inside of a house. It was for years. No, Zelda didn't drink alcohol. No, Zelda has a stomach-related illness. $100 for a vet appointment? It's more than that. I said it's $175 now. And they don't even do, like... That's without the testing. The vet appointment used to be, for 10 years, the vet appointment was $50. And then whatever they had to do, whether it was a vitamin B shot, if they had to do a rabies shot, was $70. I've heard rabies shot is almost $200 now. And we have to do both cats' rabies shots. So... Because even if you have an indoor cat, you still have to get the rabies shots. Because you never know, there might be animals that get in the house. I might be shopping around for a new vet, because I don't really like this new place anyway. The person who works at the counter has blue hair. And they're like, well, really weird looking. Before it was like, people were very modest how they dressed and stuff. This receptionist person is very outlandish. I will say that. That's the nicest way I can say it. They look weird. the other people that used to own the place were, I'd say they dressed very conservative, very businesslike. You know, white coat for lab coat, whatever. I don't think they had smocks. I don't think they wore, like, hospital, whatever they call them. I don't remember what the term is. Scrubs. Yeah, I don't think they wore scrubs, though. The doctor wore scrubs. It feels like the vet place went from, like, very, you know, friendly and affordable to, like, super, whatchamacallit, super commercial. Like a big chain or something, I don't know. Uh-oh, I think I lost. I lost in there, probably. Yeah, I'm gonna get second if I'm lucky. If I can hold this guy off, I'll get second. Darn. Okay, so it looks like there's another pet place in the town I live in. Their checkups, routine checkups are $80. That's better than the other place. Still nothing like the one I used to have. They charge between $17 to $50 for vaccines. That's for rabies shots. Okay. Yeah, I don't think the other place is going to work anymore. I think they're too expensive. They are too expensive. That's doable. So $80 per cat. You don't have both cats come at the same time, though, because we only have one cat carrier. Yeah, they're good. Okay, yep, that's doable. So I'm going to shop around. I'm going to shop around. Thank you, Julius. It's very kind of you. Alright, let's get to the next one, gang. Well, we got 2 stars. Good enough. Good enough. Alright, next one. Store my controller. Okay, we'll keep with Cat Peach for a little bit. Okay, let's try... Ooh. Propeller? Okay, we'll try Propeller. Sydney, Propeller, let's go. Glad you don't have to be concerned with vet prices? Yeah. Well, I mean, the lady who used to be our vet anyway retired. I don't really like the new people anyway. New person said that I pet shamed my cat or something. They're kind of weird. Which is kind of not really what you would think about. We don't live in a very strange place usually. So like the people at that vet, like I said, they dress like really weird. They look like clowns. I don't really feel comfortable bringing my cats to them anyway. Like I said, it's a really nice area around here. But these dudes are definitely, you could tell they're like from Philadelphia or Pittsburgh or something. They're weird. When I mean weird, I mean the vet was wearing high heels and he's a dude. So I mean it was weird. The lady that we had, she was like a grandma, kinda. She was just this really nice lady, and you know, this new guy is he's weird. So I'm gonna be looking for another vet. He's too expensive and he's too weird. That's already 2 strikes. Dun, 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 dun. Right, I think this is gonna be the last one with the cat. I'm guessing what happened is it was a buyout, you know? And I think the nice little old lady, like, took the money and she retired. She was really good with animals, though. My cats were never scared. When the dude touched Link, Link hissed at him. So. The lady, she just had the touch. She was just really nice. How you doing, Joseph? Oof. Alright, so, like I said, we're probably retiring Cat Peach after this one, because I don't think it's going to work out. Link knew what was up. I mean, I'm a normal dude. I don't trust a man in high heels. It's weird. You do that, I mean, that's whatever. You do stuff in private, just don't take it out in public. It's too weird. And go play dress up at home. You're in a professional setting. But yeah, there's definitely something off with that guy. So I'm just not going to give him my business anymore. I don't want to. Amber doesn't like going there anyway because it's too expensive. So there's a couple practices that we haven't been to that are actually like closer to where we live. In order to go to that vet, we would have to drive all the way down to the Burger King, which is like 40 minutes away. The vet that we used to go to was like 15 minutes from our house. Location is better. So apparently there's another vet practice we've never gone to that's about like 25 minutes away. So I'm gonna see if they can see one of my cats in July. They have pretty good prices for both cats need the rabies vaccine. I can save like almost $70 by going to this new place. But you have to remember, when you shop around for doctors and vets, they have to have openings. That's the problem. It's like, how do I put this? They have to have the ability to take patients. You can't just go to whatever doctor you want for convenience. You have to see if they're accepting new patients. So sometimes you're stuck going with the doctor that you have to go to. So we could be stuck going to that vet for a while because we've been, you know, we're in their system and all that other stuff. But they're too commercial now anyway. It doesn't feel the same. There's a difference, like, sitting in the waiting room listening to Mozart, and then sitting in the waiting room of this new place with the fancy glass windows and the, you know, multicolored haired people and the Britney Spears music, or I don't even think it was Britney Spears. I don't even know who it was. I remember Britney Spears. Might be Miley Cyrus. It's very uncomfortable. Shoot. Alright, we're benching the cat. Cat can't do it. Cat can't do it. She can't make first place. Good attempt, Peach. We at least showed you for a little bit. Let's bring in Toad. Yeah, Anthony, it was a man wearing high heels, yeah. Yep. Yep. And this is a super conservative place we live in. Like, everybody dresses normal, so this guy stands out like Where's Waldo? Or no, not Where's Waldo. This guy stands out if Waldo was wearing like bright yellow where everyone else is wearing like, I don't know, black or tan or white or something like that. He just stands out. And he's very rude. I don't like rude people. I miss the nice old lady. She was very nice. Let's try Baby Peach. Nah, not Where's Waldo. Where's Waldo? It's actually hard to find Waldo because he wears, like, barbershop colors, red and white. And he has... I've always wondered, why did Waldo wear a ski cap, like, all year round? Like, he's wearing a winter hat. He's not wearing a skull cap. A skull cap is something you can wear all year round if you want to. I mean, your head's going to sweat in the summer, but it looks better than that foofy plume thing. You know, that's a ski cap. So Waldo wears blue jeans, and he has, like, barbershop colors of red and white, and then he has, like, this ski hat on. If you've ever been to a ski lodge, you know what I'm talking about. But no, this vet guy stands out. Like, and his office. The office went from really nice, like, kind of, very homey place. They had a cat that lived there that they took care of, the ladies. There was one weird lady there that called Link her boyfriend, which was weird. But, I mean, I miss that lady. Because she was like a homely kind of like aunt or great aunt type lady. She's very nice, very polite. She always, like, she was never too busy to make the cats feel comfortable and pick them up and tell them it was going to be okay before they got their shots. The new place, it's like everything is... It went from like this nice decor that looked like a house, you know? Like, if you've ever been to a doctor's office or a dentist that's inside of a home, or the home becomes the business, it just feels more natural. Like, this place, dang it. It's got, like, glass everywhere. It looks like one of those, special, like, urgent care places where everything is all glass. It looks very fancy and stuff, but it's just, I don't know, it's too contemporary. I don't think the cats like it either. It feels like they're going to the groomer and not the vet, is the best way to describe it. Because if you've ever been to a pet groomer, like, they're usually, like, glass doors, things like that. See-through windows, you know, very, very, like, supermarket, and not, like, you know, peaceful vet. So I'm guessing that the nice lady that we used to go to, she probably sold out, or maybe she couldn't hold out. Maybe her practice was being bought out, and she held out as best she could, and somebody from Philadelphia or Pittsburgh came and bought her out. I don't know. I just hope, you know, she gets a nice retirement, because she was a very nice lady. She did everything she could to save both Tink and Shadow. She tried really hard to save Shadow. I respect that. Darn it. It's right there at the end of the race. That's what happens. It's right there at the end. I have a feeling that this dude would just say to euthanize Zelda if Zelda was super sick. He wouldn't even try. That's the vibe that he gives off. Like, you can tell you have a really good vet that they'll try to help you no matter what. If they're just there and they don't really care and stuff like that, they'll just tell you to euthanize your cat. Like, the good vets will actually try to do everything they can to, you know, prolong the life of a cat that's sick. The other ones will just be like, well, you know, in 6 months from now, they're going to be in really bad shape, so you may as well do it. Like, I hate those type of vets. They're just so uncaring. No, Tink and Shadow were our two cats before Zelda and Link. Tink had a heart attack in 2016. Shadow passed away in 2020. And both cats were from the Humane Society. So Tink passed away at 6 or 7 years old from a heart attack. She had a heart condition when we got her. Amber couldn't say no to Tink because Tink looked so cute, but the vet told us, or the Humane Society told us, she had a heart condition. So we gave her heart medicine for years. And then one day, she just, you know, her heart just stopped. It was very sad. It was very unexpected, too. My parents were here. The one day that my parents came to visit us is the day that our cat literally just died. And it you know... I don't know. That was really rough. And then the other cat, we got Shadow right after Tink. I got Shadow from the Humane Society in Philadelphia, which is a ways from here. And they said Shadow had some stomach problems. They hadn't done a full physical on her in years, but it turns out Shadow had renal disease, or a type of kidney disease. So Shadow lived with her kidney disease with us from 2016 until 2020. In 2019, she got really sick. And we took her to the nice lady, and the nice lady did everything she could for Shadow. Said she has like about probably a year left. And she didn't pressure us to do anything. She told us the medicine we could take. And then, you know, Shadow was making too much of a mess in the house, so Shadow ended up living in a kettle. We got her a big 2-story kitty condo that she lived in the basement because the landlord was threatening to evict us because Shadow was making too much messes. So for Shadow's last 3 months of life, she lived in the kitty condo. It was a 2-story kennel. And we would take her out of the kennel and we'd hold her and, you know, we would visit her every day. We wouldn't let her upstairs, obviously, but we let her walk around in the basement, which we have a finished basement, so. And Zelda did not take Shadow's passing very well. That's when Zelda started to lick the bag. If you ever see a cat lick a plastic bag, it means they're super stressed or they're upset. So Zelda picked up the bag licking thing in 2020. We can't get her to stop licking the bag. But, yeah. And Zelda was perfectly healthy until the onion incident. Now she has, you know, she's... The emergency vet didn't want to save her. We had to take out a credit card because the ER vet refused to help her. It was this very bratty, sounded like New York accent or something like that. She was wearing like all this jewelry on her fingers and things like that. She just looked very uncaring, and she was like, I don't really want to stay and help this cat. It's like, it would just be easier and cheaper to euthanize it. And she's like, we could save it, but it's 50-50. And she was just super rude. But, you know, that was the cat ER, so... Amber and I weren't ready to say, you know, Zelda looked like she wanted to fight to live, so we did everything we could so Zelda could fight. Regardless of what the vet said. And then the district manager of the ER places came and reprimanded that younger vet, the ER vet, and he handled Zelda's recovery. I don't know if the lady got fired or suspended or what. I don't really care. But that dude came down from Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, I believe. And he helped Zelda survive, pretty much. He took care of her. After a couple days, we picked Zelda up at the, you know, the ER, and she was doing much better. That dude saved her life, probably. Because the other vet just didn't want to deal with it. She was like, nah, it's too much work. And there's no guarantee. No guarantee the stomach surgery will work and all this other stuff. So just wrong person for the wrong job. You know? High attitude. Whatever. And I always thought, you know, ER doctors are supposed to help the patients. So I got a real different view of ER vets that day. Because they're just not a nice lady. I don't think she deserves to work in that field, you know, because who knows how many pets she's, like, just got rid of because she didn't feel like doing her job, you know? Probably. Quite a few of them only care about the money. Oh, yeah. I mean, if you like do emergency services on a cat or a dog, it's thousands of dollars. Like, they even ask you to take out a pet insurance at the hospital, which we did. But yeah, they, you know, very, very expensive. There are good vets and there are bad vets, so I'm just saying, like, I'm probably gonna shop around for a new one because I don't want to go to this new office. I'd much rather find a very, like, nice, smaller vet. What a cruel woman. Oh, yeah. Yep. Yep, she looked like she was 28 or 30. I don't know. She had nose rings. They say not to judge a person by their, you know, appearance, but I have not had a good experience with the dude who wears high heels and is a vet. He's very rude, very obnoxious. And the ER vet had nose rings and, you know, she had a lot of attitude and just, I don't know, did not give a very good first impression for someone who is working emergency services, you know? Like, both of those people are in the wrong field. I really believe it. They don't look very approachable. They don't look likable. They're not polite. There needs to be some type of prerequisites for working in, you know, either as a vet or a medical professional, because there's nothing professional about those clowns, personally. You know, like somebody said in the chat, they're just there to make money. And sometimes they don't want to do what's necessary to, you know, if the survival rate is too low, they don't want to do the work. So the fact that that guy had to come down from really far away and, you know, knew there was a chance to rescue that animal, that was really cool. He was about 2.5 hours away. Oh, snap. Yeah, this is not good. See, now that you're in 5th place, they should give you a good item, but watch, they don't. I can't take anything back with just a banana peel. You see this? See how insane this is? Like, if you are in 4th or 5th place, they should give you a really good item. They don't. There's no way I can come back from that. You see? It's not possible. If they would give me better items, right? If they'd actually give me better items, I could do it. No problem. But they give you crappy items. It's terrible. How are you supposed to fend anybody off? Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Your dad blames your vet for killing your cat? Probably. I mean, it all depends. Some vets will do everything they can to help your cat, your pet. Others don't want to do the work. Even if there's a slim chance that, you know, the cat can survive surgery or a dog, they don't want to do it. You know? And that means that's a bad vet. Not every vet is bad. There are some vets that love animals and they'll do everything they can and they feel horrible when they can't save your pet. Or they can't cure your pet of being sick. But then there are people that are just kind of like, they're by the numbers people. You know? The lady with the nose ring wasn't from Pennsylvania, though. She came from somewhere else. Either she was from Connecticut or Virginia, I don't know. And she did not have a Pennsylvania accent. Did not sound like she was from Pennsylvania. The gentleman who came to relieve her as the vet on call was from a completely different hospital. He was part of the same organization. The same, like, emergency pet services for whatever Pennsylvania company that was. I don't know. But he was from a practice from a while, you know, and he was a specialist, so he came and he saved Zelda's life. Zelda wouldn't have lived if it was... If she was in the care of that other lady probably would be negligent. Probably wouldn't be there to help Zelda at all. And he was very nice to her. We had a hard time prying Zelda away from him, though, because he said he spent so much time with the cat that he was like, he wished he could adopt her. And I was like, no, that's not going to work. She's our cat. But he was very, very gentle, very kind. He was a dude in his 50s, I think, 50s or 60s. He was a very nice man. He was very honest with us, though. He was like, he says her chances are not very good. He says, there is a chance, though. And he says, we always want to go with the chances. That's what he said. He said, there is a chance. And he says, we're going to do everything we can because we know there's a chance. That's the kind of person you want, you know, trying to help you. Not somebody that, like, she could, but it would be so much easier. She's in a lot of pain. Just, you know, just tell us we can put your cat to sleep. That's the difference. Oh, snap. Oh, wow. Lightning and blue shell. Holy cow. What is a kitty condo? Kitty condo is 2 floors. So, the thing looked like it could fit a tiger. It was a big, big, big kennel. We had to put it on our storage locker because we couldn't look at it because, you know, we felt terrible that Shadow had to live her last, like, was it 3 or 4 months inside of a giant, almost looked like a tiger kennel. Like you could put a tiger in it. It's very, very big. It was probably for like a massive dog or something. I don't know. We didn't want her smushed inside of a small thing, so we went out. And the thing was, I think it cost like $400 to buy that back then. I don't remember. But we couldn't look at it anymore because, you know, Shadow would cry every night. But if we left her out of it unsupervised, she would poop everywhere. So, I mean, We had to pay to get the carpets professionally cleaned twice. It was too expensive. So, I mean, you know, we let her live out the remainder of her time with us, and we visited her every day, a couple times a day. Amber picked Shadow up. Shadow was very, very loving, very soft. So she'd pick her up out of her condo, and she would, you know, take her out on the porch, and Zelda would try to walk, but Zelda couldn't walk. Or not Zelda, Shadow couldn't walk very well. And we just, you know, didn't have the heart to take her, and then I think Shadow passed away in her sleep downstairs. I don't remember. Or she was, you know, going. And we got her to the vet, and the vet... I don't even think the vet did anything. I think Shadow just went. I don't know. I wasn't in the room. I couldn't be in the room. I was in the, I was with Zelda. And then Zelda developed some really bad habits that she learned from Shadow, probably. One... Zelda's meow changed after Shadow went. Zelda's meow became Shadow's meow. And you could say, well, they're both Russian blues. It's like, yeah, but Russian blues all have a distinct meow. So Zelda's meow kind of became Shadow's meow. So whenever we hear Zelda meow, sometimes we think Shadow's still with us because it's a similar meow. Zelda sounded like a Siamese before. She doesn't sound like a Siamese anymore. And Link has a little baby meow. Link's meow is very soft. You would think that there's like a tiny kitten around, and then you see Link, this big hulking, like, well, Hulk. And the way he meows, it's very soft. And it's like, wait a second, that doesn't work. You can't meow like that. Somebody that big cannot make that tiny meow. Tell me how that's possible. His diaphragm is huge. How does he not sound like meow? He sounds like meow. Or quieter, like meow or something. He's a big boy, and yet he has such a high-pitched meow, like he was sucking on helium or something. It doesn't make any sense. And the old vet caretaker lady told us the reason why Link has such a tiny meow is because he's small. And it's like, what do you mean he's small? And she's like, well, I mean he's very young. When he gets older, when he's like 6 or 7, he might have a deeper meow. But she says he might never have a deeper meow. He might always have like a tiny, high-pitched meow. And I talked to her. It was like one of the last times I saw her. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. I mean, look at him. She's like, yeah, he's a very big boy. But it's like, but he shouldn't sound like that. I mean, he should sound more manly. He's a big boy. Should have like, his meow should be deeper than Zelda's. Zelda's very tiny. Zelda's like 2 times the size of him, like smaller. This is weird. But Amber and Link have become like a little bit closer the past like day or so because like Amber has been really mad at Link because she thought Link was the one causing problems, and Zelda was the one doing it. So Link has not been getting the royal treatment. So today Amber gave him some tuna. And she's the only person I know that can pick Link up. I can't pick him up. He won't let me pick him up. I try to pick him up, he won't let me. He tries to, like, bite me from behind. I try to pick him up, and then, like, he moves his head like an owl. Shoot. Moves his head like an owl, and he tries to bite you. But he never tries to bite Amber. Link will climb up in my lap, you know, which you guys have seen him do that. But I can't pick him up and put him in my lap. He has to do it himself as an independent kitty. If I do it, then he won't, you know, he'll just get mad at me. What just happened? See, this is the luck of the draw, ladies and gentlemen. There's nothing I can do. I've been flattened and everything. Now watch. They're not going to give me what I need to get back into high position. My race is over. They gave me a golden mushroom, but this is suicide to use this. I will never catch anybody with this. See? It's over. So it's all... This game is the luck of the draw. It's all luck. There's no skill. The best I could do was third. Deep meow, yeah. You guys have heard Link in the shorts, right? When Link meows, you're like, how could somebody that big have such a tiny meow? But he does? It's like, it sounds very, like, you know, small, that you would think if they switched meows, if Link had Zelda's meow and Zelda had Link's meow, it would work based on the proportions of the cats. Zelda's very small. Link is very big. Link takes up a whole, like, couch cushion. Zelda does not. If you were sitting on the couch with Link, Link would take up one couch seat himself. Okay. Zelda would not. Zelda's very dainty and small, and, you know, she'd be like, okay, there's room for everybody. Link's like, nope, this is my couch. You have to sit on the floor. I'm gonna stretch out all over here. This is mine. Sorry, Charlie. But then when he wants something and he meows, it's just like, you look at him, you're like, what? He's just like, meow, 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 meow. It's like, weirdo. Where's the deep gravitas? Meow. Meow. Nope. Doesn't make any sense. It's weird. He is a weird boy. I'm still in 5th and I got crap. Awesome. Well, if I don't get first, we're hosed. I have to get first on this race in order to win overall. If I don't, then we're doomed. I have to maintain first place, or the guy who got second place can't get a placement. Like, he has to get third in order for me to win overall if I don't get first. And I would have to get second, at least. Waha! This is everybody's favorite stage, and apparently it's coming back in Mario Kart World. The Sunday level, right? Da 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 da. And people are wondering, why do you talk about cats so much? I live with cats. I've lived with cats for most of my marriage. Out of the 19 years we've been married, we've had cats for 2006, 2007, 2008. We've had cats since 2000 and shoot. What happened? Well, that's it. I lost overall. That's it. I lost. Silver. Gotta do it again. Whoa! Whoa! I'll take it. No stars, though. No stars. This feels like I'm playing 200 cc's, but it's not. Like, I did better playing 200 cc's on Mario Kart 8 on Wii U than I'm doing here. It just doesn't make any sense. Let's see. 06, 07, 08, 09, 10. I think we got Tink in 2011. So we had Tink from 2011, 2016. So 06, 07, 08, 09, 10, 11. So for the first six years of our marriage, we didn't have a cat. In the 4th year of our marriage, my parents let us temporarily keep a cat while my sister was in the hospital. That was Chloe. So year 4 of our marriage was Chloe. Does anybody remember Chloe? Do you remember the weird Siamese cat, the brown and the There might be a couple videos of Chloe on the internet. Chloe was an actual Siamese. Like, full-blown, like, Lady and the Tramp Siamese. Does anybody remember, remember Chloe? Anybody from the old days in the chat remember Chloe the cat? This would have been 2 years before Tink. 2 or 3 years. Let's try baby Rosalina. Hi, babe. Okay. Yeah, I know. The card's probably late. It's fine. Wow, no stars for that at all. That's mean. Whatever.
Well, I didn't even tell my dad that your family's going to Illinois. I didn't know if you wanted to tell him.
I mean, they're still considering it, but I don't know what they're gonna do. No.
I told him that they're traveling around the countryside, and I did tell him that they're coming here, and that I mentioned I mentioned that I have to make something healthy for your mom, and he was like, oh, I said, well, maybe I'll just, I said, when people want something healthy, maybe I'll just give them, a carrot on the side or a glass of water.
If they're here for 2 meals, I would just do the hot dogs for 1, because we have the soubrettes. My dad loves soubrettes. He hasn't had soubrettes in a long time.
Yeah, no, I was telling my dad about the Asian coleslaw that someone gave me the idea for. So, I probably do a practice run of that.
Mm-hmm. I was actually eating Friendly's coleslaw, and I was like...
It's not as good as the stuff I made!
No, it's not.
Oh my gosh, Lou.
I used to like Friendly's and KFC's coleslaw. I would prefer... If somebody gave me a choice of having... Would you rather your wife make the coleslaw or, have the store-bought? I'd be like, nah, can my wife make it? Because it's better. I don't know what you did, but you ruined other coleslaw for me. I mean, it's so good, though. I can't... I don't know what it is. Everything else, tastes like coleslaw, and the stuff you made, just, I don't know. I want it again.
Flavor in it. The coleslaw they have doesn't have enough flavor.
No, it feels like the Friendly stuff.
Bland.
Friendly's used to be really good. Now it tastes bland to me. Yeah.
It's always tasted bland to me.
No. Friendly's used to be really good coleslaw. That's why I got it with my fish and chips.
Honey, it still is good. It's just that I made it at home.
Yeah, you made it better at home. How much did it cost you to make that coleslaw?
Well, I used,
I'm just curious.
$4 for the thing of celery seeds, but that's a huge thing.
Mm-hmm.
So in reality, if you were looking at the cost of it...
Wait, there were celery seeds in yours?
Yeah, that's one of the main ingredients of coleslaw.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Celery seeds, a little bit of salt and pepper, had a little bit of mayo, and then a little bit of now I'm trying to think if, and I had a little bit of sour cream, and then salt and pepper, and a little bit of white vinegar.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, you're supposed to, I think I added, I'll have to look at the recipe that I got. Now, I think I added honey to it. Not sure. I didn't add sugar if it called for sugar.
Right.
But I'll look at the recipe right now that I used. Because I used a recipe from online.
Oh.
So,
okay. 2 blue shells?
Really my recipe.
How is it 2 blue shells?
However, I did a good job putting it together.
Did you see 2 blue shells?
I did a good job putting it together, though.
2 blue shells on the 3rd lap. That is insane. You can't recover from that.
Alrighty. right, here we go. The perfect summer. Okay, here is the recipe for it. So, it is mayo, which is $4 for a thing of mayo.
Mm-hmm.
But you realize you don't have to use the whole thing. You just use, like, a little bit.
So what you're saying is there's a chance of making it again.
Then this calls for maple syrup. I did not use maple syrup. I used honey instead. Then this calls for apple cider vinegar. I did not use apple cider vinegar. I subbed. So I did a lot of substitutes. Instead of... See, but that's what they told me in cooking school, that you can substitute things.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of apple cider vinegar,
mm-hmm.
I used white vinegar because white vinegar is not as, like, acidic as apple cider vinegar. So I used white vinegar, mayo, honey, celery seeds, a little bit of mustard.
Okay.
I didn't have any Dijon mustard, which it calls for, so I added spicy brown mustard, and that actually tasted completely fine with it.
Mm-hmm.
Then a little bit of salt and pepper, and I added, instead of all mayo, I added a little bit of sour cream, because I saw online that most recipes that call for mayo, you can actually substitute a little bit of either sour cream or a little bit of Greek yogurt. So I took some of the I added some sour cream. And then, when the consistency was too thick, I added a tiny bit of water. And that's it.
Wow. So we can have it again, though.
Yeah, it's not that hard to make, because I already have the celery seeds.
And you'll remember the recipe? Because that's not the recipe that is from online. You changed it.
Yeah, I changed it to make it better.
Do you have it written down
well,
what you did?
That's what I was gonna do, was make an entire book of all my recipes, because all of my recipes are actually my own. I always edit all the recipes that I make to make it better. Because, like, say a recipe calls for sugar, I usually add honey. Or, like, for instance, here's a recipe here. I always change things in the recipe because I know that something else will taste better in it.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, maybe in a way I am, like, making my own recipe. I don't know.
Well, if you're changing the recipes, then yeah, you're remixing it.
Yeah, so I feel like I should make, like, a little cookbook of all my...
No, I mean, you've ruined coleslaw, like regular coleslaw, for me forever. Like I'm, when you told me you were getting coleslaw with Friendlies, I was like, oh great, and then I ate it and I'm like, oh.
It doesn't taste like there was any celery seeds, mustard, and not enough salt and pepper in that coleslaw. There was definitely sugar in it.
Yeah.
Something. Possible it was either mayo or sour cream. It tasted like that coleslaw was made with mayo. Well, a real chef can actually taste something and taste what was in it. If I had to guess what was in that coleslaw, I would guess it was either a little bit of mayo and sour cream, maybe a little bit of water, a tiny bit of vinegar, and maybe a dash of salt. But I think it could have used pepper, mustard, and some, like, honey or sugar. And, yeah, it could have used pepper and some mustard.
See, this is just driving skill, but I cannot, you know, I can't plan for when somebody hits me with a blue shell or something. I can't. That was all skill. I outraced them. See? I outraced them with crappy items. But I cannot foresee Lady Luck when she's just going to dump on me.
Well, I still have the cucumbers to make cucumber salad, Luke. I haven't even made that yet. What was it that you wanted to know about the other thing that I made? Oh, yeah, I was going to tell you about the other thing I made. So, like, for the... Like, for the pork that I made you, like, for instance...
Oh, that pork was really good. The pulled pork you did?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So, like, I basically combined, like, several recipes together for that pork. Like, so what was this? Basically, all of the recipes that I could find for the pulled pork was, like, adding apples. They always added apple cider vinegar into it, which
Too acidic for me.
I do not do that because that tastes like I added apple cider vinegar because I found a recipe for Brussels sprouts and you almost choked on it.
Yeah, I had a reaction.
So every time a recipe says add apple cider vinegar, I start to go, what can I substitute for this that has a tiny bit of acidity but not too much? You could substitute so many things. You could substitute white vinegar, you could substitute lemon, you could even substitute orange juice.
Even though you tried to make those Brussels sprouts good, I can still taste how gross they were.
I found a new recipe for them that didn't include apple cider vinegar.
Nope. You can test out your Brussels sprouts recipe when my parents. I'm not.
So.
Nope. Never again. I do not like Brussels sprouts.
Well,
I will not eat Brussels sprouts again.
Basically, I'll explain to you like how I edited the pulled pork then. Like
go for it.
Well, I don't actually have a recipe of pulled pork that I can find. Let me give you an example.
Sure.
Thank you, Miss Deanna, for the super chat. You're breathtaking. Sorry, I haven't been paying attention to the chat, everyone. Okay, here I am. So,
before I forget, I found a new vet.
Really?
There's a vet.
Thank God.
Nearby that it's $80 for a checkup and appointment.
Oh my gosh, I can't spend so much that they're asking for me. It's spending like more than 2 months of groceries.
Rabies shots.
So I can go to the vet one time.
Baby, rabies shots at this other vet, $57.
Oh my gosh, that's much better.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Thank you. Miss Deanna says, Miss Amber, this is one of the reasons I try to make things from scratch. Because the store-bought stuff does not taste like anything special. I agree, Miss Deanna. It's more special when you make it yourself. Mm-hmm. And then you can make it to like...
So...
You can make it to the needs of your family and what your family likes. If your family really likes honey, or if your family really likes cheese, or if your family really likes mustard, then you can actually edit the recipe and make it something your family really enjoys, you know? And adding something into your family likes, and then it makes it your own.
If you make the coleslaw for when Dad's here, you gotta get Miracle Whip instead of mayo.
I'm not making it. I'm not doing it unless you really want it. I mean, I don't.
No, I wouldn't.
I can make it. It's very easy to make. Thank you, Miss Deanna. You're breathtaking.
I also really liked your tuna salad thing was really good too.
What tuna salad?
You made too much of it, but it was really good. The whatever you made, the
noodle salad.
Yeah.
Happy anniversary, Miss Amber. I hope you and your husband have a wonderful anniversary.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Deanna. You're so kind. Thank you very much. We watched a movie at 3 in the morning, so...
And we're going to play a game tonight.
I was happy to talk to my dad today, so that made me feel happy.
Yeah, our anniversary is not over yet. We're going to play a game.
Thank you, Miss Deanna. You're breathtaking.
You guys still get to hang out with us, because there's another stream that we're playing a game.
I think cooking at things at home... I mean, so many... Like, I've had people tell me, like, why did you take cooking classes? Like, if you're not even working in the industry right now, it's like, but I wanted to learn to cook at home, like, for my family. Like, that is actually really important. I'm glad that you understand this, Dana, because I really wanted to learn. I didn't really learn to cook growing up as a kid. I learned how to cook salad, and my dad taught me how to cook a fried egg, and that was it. And then when I got married...
Frozen dinners!
Like, the amount, like, the difference between my cooking skills and Luke's mom's cooking skills was astronomical. So...
I had a lot of frozen dinners. The first year of marriage.
I didn't understand that I was supposed to be at a certain level of cooking at home. And actually, like, I remember when Luke and I... First, we got married, and then we went to this college where we lived in a cabin in the woods.
Yep.
In a married college. Married dorm. It wasn't a dorm, it was a cabin. And we took classes while we were first married in this college.
Yep.
in like northern New York.
Upstate
And actually,
New York,
we thought we were going to end up living there for a long time.
Yep.
But that kind of got messed up. There was a lot of reasons why it didn't work out. There was a lot of like, if I could be the level of maturity that I am now when I was 20, we probably would have ended up living in New York. But, you know, at that time, I wasn't able to handle the stresses of life the way that I'm able to handle them now. And most people would probably say, like, looking back at my life, that I was not ready to get married. And I would probably say that is true. I don't think I was ready to get married at 20, but I'm glad I was married at 20 because I don't think it's like being married. I think it's like having kids. Like, you're never ready to have kids. You're never ready to get married, really. I don't think you can ever be prepared to get married. I don't think you can ever be, quote, ready, because you have no idea what's happening. You don't know what's gonna be like. And a lot of people disagree with me. Like, a lot of people think, like, oh, you're gonna need to live your whole life and then get married later, which that's fine. Like, that probably would have worked. I mean, we probably would have had a lot less problems. Like, we had a lot of problems that happened to us when we were 20 because we didn't know what we were doing. But in a way, you know, the sooner we got married, for us, just for us, for other people maybe it would work out differently. For us, the sooner we got married, the sooner we could make a whole bunch of mistakes and then learn from them. But, like, a lot of people in their 30s or 40s or whatever, and they still want to get married or whatever, you know, I feel like you guys are learning all of those things as a single person. Like, a lot of the things about cooking at home and helping out with family and stuff. You guys are learning a lot of the lessons that I didn't actually know. I didn't really know how to be self-sacrificing when I got married. Like, I really kind of wanted, you know, to get shoes and, you know, like, I really, it didn't occur to me that me working, you know, like, equally with Luke was actually giving myself the best perk of all, which was to get a roof over my head. You know, I kind of wanted extra things, and I think, like, a lot of, I mean, I see that online, like, some people are like that, and it's like when you're young, you're like that. Now, I wish when I was 20, I had just wanted just a roof over my head and just, you know, just to work together and do the best we could together. But I kind of, well, I mean, I hadn't finished college yet, so of course I wanted, you know, I wanted certain things, you know, because I was, there was a lot of reasons why I did. But yeah, I don't know what I was talking about, but I'll read the comment, I'll read the thing. My grandmother got married, Miss Amber, my grandmother got married at 20, says Miss Deanna. My dad got married when he was 31. My mom got married when she was 29. They've been married for 33 years. Wow.
Congratulations.
Congratulations,
awesome.
Miss Deanna. Okay.
Very cool.
My husband was 24 and I was 25 when we got married. Aww. That's great, Anna Sensei.
No.
Happy 19th anniversary. Oh, and thank you, Kiki PJ, you're breathtaking. Happy 19th anniversary, Luke and Amber. I wish you guys a happy married life that continues to prosper.
Well, just barely made it.
Yeah, thank you, PJ, you're breathtaking. And yeah, guys, don't be mean to people that are super chatting. They're, you know, of course PJ isn't super chatting for anything. He's doing it out of the goodness of his heart to help and to say something nice to us.
Every little bit helps. How many years? 19.
Yeah, PJ was just telling us so that we would notice the super chat so we could read it, because that's the whole reason we do super chats, so we can read out loud. Thank you, Geeky PJ. You're breathtaking. Thank you so much.
No stars. Darn.
Oh. Yeah, so I feel like people learn things at different times, and like for me, like basically the place we went to school in New York, there was a restaurant there, and we had an opportunity to go work at the restaurant while we went to school.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I was so stressed out with classes and everything else that we had a little bit of money in savings, and I just wanted to focus just on school because that's what I always knew. I didn't know how to work and go to school and be a newlywed and do everything. And my husband had health conditions. I was always taking him to hospital. It was very stressful, and I wasn't used to applying to a lot of jobs. And because my husband was so sick, he couldn't really apply to jobs. And I was too nervous to go and apply at this restaurant because I was scared because I had never worked anywhere like that. And because of that, we kind of ended up in financial problems, and we had to come back to Massachusetts. And like, I wish I had been able to be better back then. I could have been more brave. And just like right now, I'm trying to apply to places that make me feel uncomfortable, but I'm at the point now where I still don't have any restaurant skills, but I realize that a job's a job. You have to do things that make you feel uncomfortable. Like, you just have to do it. Like, even though it makes you feel stressed out, you have to do it because it's better than, like, it's just something you have to do, you know. It's better than the alternative, which is not being able to pay all your bills and stuff. Which, I mean, my husband has a great job at home, and and he pays for all of the bills, but then I don't have anything left over for life things
Enough for food.
Yeah, and when people come over and I just have barely enough until I get paid, I want to be able to actually visit family, and eventually, I would like to go back to school.
Food and doctor's appointments.
I would like to go back to school for music, and I would like to live life again instead of just kind of be barely scraping by, And it's not Luke's fault. It's Google not paying us anymore, but it's actually it'll be
they pay us. They pay us less.
Yeah, it'll be a good opportunity for me though, because I haven't been out in the workforce for a long time. I mean, I've been working with my husband this whole time, and it'll be good for me to get some life skills.
And we still work together. You're still going to be on the 3 o'clock
screen. Of course
screen.
I will.
Yeah, you just won't be on other screens.
I think it'll, like I was telling my dad today, I said, if I go and I get extra money, like, like delivering things or doing another job, that'll help me to be able to take an hour off in the morning and practice my piano, because I always feel guilty, because I feel like I'm taking that hour away from, doing our job, and it's hard because everything has been on our job for so long.
Oh, no.
So for me, it'll be good because I kind of want to get back into music and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of why I'm trying to do it.
Of course. Nothing wrong with that. I don't think so.
So,
Wow.
so it's kind of like a wake-up call, but we'll see. I don't know. I am nervous, but maybe things will be okay. It's also to help me, like, I can't sit as long as Luke can. Like, my legs get restless, and I can't sit on a couch, like, for 10 streams, for 10 hours of streaming. I just can't, because my legs were getting tingly, and, like, I need to go, even if it makes less than me. I feel like sometimes when I go somewhere else, and I try to get work somewhere else, I'm actually making less than if I would be helping with the business. And that's probably true. But for me, like, I have, like, my legs get really messed up when I'm just sitting down for 10 hours. So, I mean, like, I know...
You do better when you're in motion.
I like, even if I work a job that's hardly paying anything, like, even if I work at Burger King or something, I'm standing for, like, 9 hours or whatever. And that's actually helping me stay... that's actually helping me be a lot healthier, like, than if I was sitting down for 9 hours. Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but it really makes me feel better about myself when I'm standing there. But I miss Luke all the time. Like, I call him now a lot when I'm out. As soon as I'm done with my last delivery order, I call him like 12 times. Because I miss him so much. I love spending time with Luke.
Yeah. I think the baby's coming.
I love, you know what I really used to love doing for our job when we were working together and things were going really well? I loved working on art all day and making like the best thumbnail ever, and then knowing it would go viral and feeling so proud of myself. And feeling like, wow, we're in this successful business and this is really great.
And you have the gift of art. You're very talented when it comes to art. It's too
I
bad
felt
that
like
art
I was
doesn't pay as much.
I was contributing so much. And now I just feel like, yeah, the art isn't contributing as much, even though I'm still able to, you know, make the thumbnails that look really nice. It doesn't matter anymore.
The packaging, as they say, is different now. How YouTube sees that.
Yeah.
I don't really understand how to really, go about that myself.
Thank you, Anna says if you have Costco near you could try applying there. I hear they're really good benefits. Oh, thank you, Anna. I appreciate that. Maybe I'll try that. I'm basically looking for somewhere I can work really late at night that's in a well-lit area. I don't want to work anywhere shady late at night. Because there's a lot of places that are late at night that are very scary, and I want to work somewhere that's really nice. Like, I basically saw there's a Taco Bell in a few towns, not my town, but a town near me. And it's a really nice town, and it's extremely well lit. And I was like, well, I could work here. But, like, I would not work at Taco Bell in my town, because my town that has a Taco Bell, if I work near myself, it's like a rundown Taco Bell. And I would not work there till midnight.
Yeah.
I would want to drive somewhere else. Yeah. Thank you, Anna Sensei. You're breathtaking. Thank you for the tip. I appreciate it. But yeah, that's basically, I just want to feel safe. Like, it's like I've actually never worked anywhere like a gas station or anything, but I don't think I would ever. I think I'm looking for something that, even if it doesn't make a lot, I just want to be safe, basically. Even my dad was concerned when I said, oh, I'm kind of wearing, I told him about the uniform. My dad, it was so funny. I told him how I saw like several people that were wearing black hoodies and black pants, and I saw they were all delivery drivers just like me. And my dad said, I wonder what people getting their food think of that. He's like, they must think you guys are all in a gang. That's what he said. And I was thinking, wow, my dad is really funny, actually, because we are wearing the same colors. Like, we're all wearing the same colors. We're all wearing all black.
Color coordinated.
And it was weird because we've never spoken to each other. We just all got the same idea. Like, oh, I'm delivery driving. I'm just going to wear black pants and a black hoodie.
I'm still hoping that you get one of those cooking jobs in the morning. I think that'd be better for you.
Yeah, but you realize, honey, kitchen is like one of the hardest jobs in the world. Like, it's great. I'm all talk when it comes to it, but actually it's one of the hardest jobs ever. Like, it's a very high fast-paced environment, but I'm at the point where it's like I told my dad, I said, I could get another cashier job, but and I'm very good at that, but the problem is that goes nowhere. It's the same thing. It's customer service. It's hello, how are you? May I take your order? And that's it. Like, you're doing the same thing you do everywhere else, and there's not an actual skill involved in it. Whereas working in a kitchen, you actually are, it's a skill. You have to be actually skilled. You have to know how to cook, or you cannot work there. You have to actually have skills, and you're not improving your skills when all you do is work at a cash register. And that's why I told my dad, I said, I'm just going to apply only for the cooking one. I said, even though I'm scared, I said, I'm not going to be improving my skills at all. If I just take every cashier job, it'll be the same thing over and over again for the rest of my life. I'll never improve on anything. I'm not going to gain any skills. So, yeah, I'm going to have to get a job where people are yelling at me and telling me I'm terrible and I need the food right away and get on it. Hopefully I don't end up working for someone like Gordon Ramsay. Like,
no, I don't think so.
But yeah, so that's what I just want to like do that because I just want to learn, skills. That's what I want. And then I told my dad that I'm probably gonna try to, like, if I work late at night and then in the morning before I go out delivering stuff, I'm gonna try to practice my piano once, like for an hour in the morning. So I was practicing it for an hour today, and I was actually doing quite well. It's like, oh, actually, I remember I actually realized something this morning.
You did get to play your piano today?
Yeah, I
Good.
actually played my piano, and I actually did some voice exercises too. And I realized that I actually used to play my piano and do voice exercises before I went into music school. I actually remembered something. The reason why I was so good in music was I practiced on my own before I took any lessons. I would try to sing along with like the Brandenburg Concerto, and I try to sing the notes on it when I was a little kid. So I was actually doing vocal exercises when I was like a child. That's why I ended up so good. I was actually training myself, and I was able to actually train myself with like vocal exercises this morning by just doing chord progressions. And I was like, and I realized, oh my gosh, these are the same voice exercises my voice that I had to pay $10 an hour, $10 a half an hour for my voice teacher to have me do once a week. And I was just telling my dad like that. I realized when I said Luke was getting me lessons, and I was only practicing an hour a week. I didn't tell my teacher this, but I only practiced an hour a week, and I was progressing a lot. If I would practice an hour a day, I would actually make up for years of lost time. Which means what I'm saying is I don't actually need, I was telling my dad this on the phone, like I actually am able to, like I don't need a lot of fancy music books to progress. I'm able to work on my chord progressions and stuff just from my memory in my head. Never mind.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and I was thinking about, okay, I'll show you how.
No!
So you take like a song, like, I'll tell you later then. Sorry.
No, I messed up. It's not on
Well,
you.
I don't want to bother you.
You're not bothering me.
But basically, you take a song, like, okay, here's a great way to, like, practice chord progressions and learn, like, this is what I'm going to end up doing, like, to train myself in piano. It's like, take a song such as, like, I don't know, just think of any normal song, like, I don't know, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, or whatever. So you play it in the key of C, and then take the whole thing and play it in the key of D, and now take that entire song and now play it in E. Just that's how I used to train my mind. That's why I was so much better than everyone else in my class. I was actually training more than they were, because they were only doing the scales in other keys. I actually took entire songs and did them in every key.
Mm-hmm.
Do you realize, like, people weren't really doing that at all in my class. Like, I was doing things they weren't even doing.
That's awesome.
Because I was, like, challenging myself. So I realized, like, I actually have the potential to actually challenge myself just at home without, if I know one basic song and I play it in every key, it actually helps improve my music skills. So you can actually train yourself without a lot of fancy music books like that. Sorry, I didn't mean to bother you so much.
You didn't bother me at all.
But yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing, because I thought I had to buy all these fancy music books, and I realized this morning that I don't. I actually have the tools and I have the talent right now. I just need to put it into practice every day.
Mm-hmm.
So I plan on doing that. I'm like excited about it, actually.
Very good, Amber.
Thanks, honey. You probably didn't know that about me. that I used to practice like scales and stuff before I ever even took a music lesson. Because you realize I had a piano at my house.
Yep.
And I had violin at my house, and I used to do like voice exercises even when I was a little kid. I didn't know what I was doing, but I was actually doing the voice exercise. Because what I was doing was I was listening to classical music and I was trying to copy the violin. Which, like, that's actually probably one of the best ways somebody actually could warm up like that.
It's great, honey.
I'm sorry.
Bye. I'm gonna eat my dinner and then we're gonna start our stream.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Amber can play violin and piano. She's a very good violinist, but she's been learning piano for a while.
You have to, basically, I didn't realize this going into music school, but music school is all about piano. Like, I started playing violin and singing. That was my main instrument. And I had a piano growing up, but I would only play around on it. But to actually get a degree in music, it doesn't matter if you don't like piano or not. You have to play it. Like, you can't opt out. You can't be like, oh, I want to play saxophone or guitar instead of piano. No, everyone must play the piano. Everyone must know the chord progressions and the scales and the cadences and everything. And they're hard. Like, you know, you're going to do E flat, 7 minor and do an entire scale or entire set of chord progressions in that key. I mean, to me, right now, that's hard, but if I practice it every day, it should be not hard. It should get to the point where it's easy. What?
Link looks so bored. He's like watching.
But that's the thing. That's what music, it is boring to practice every day. That's why, like, people always act like, oh, look at you, you're such an exciting person singing on stage and stuff. It's like, actually, music is extremely boring to practice. You just have to practice the chords every day. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Just keep going up and doing... Why are you staring at me, Link? But that's all it is. It's really... Music is just memorization of all the notes. You just drill it into your mind until you can't forget it. It's just practicing the same thing over and over again. It's practicing the same thing hundreds of times. Did you know that some of the most famous jazz singers, like... Well, I can't think of her name at this moment, but she was a super famous jazz singer who could have been an opera singer but ended up doing jazz. Like, she was in the 1930s. Oh my gosh, I can't remember her name, but she was super famous. Oh my gosh. But anyways, her and also like Ella Fitzgerald and some other ladies of the 1920s, 30s jazz era. Did you know that they would practice? How many times do you think that famous jazz singer ladies would practice a song before singing it in front of public?
I didn't practice, Miss Deanna.
At least 50 times. So you practice it. That's how musicians are. That's how they are. It's not like, oh, I have this talent and I play the saxophone well and I think I'm gonna go places. It's like, oh, really? You think you're gonna go places? All right, now you're gonna need to practice this 100 times a day for the next 4 weeks.
I never did that.
What are you talking about?
I played by ear.
Luke, please don't talk to me. I'm doing it the way that normal musicians do it. I'm not trying to be rude, but like, I don't know how you could what do you mean played by ear? Played by ear means you practice it so many times that you memorized it.
No.
What are you talking about?
I would come in for jazz band, and on my way there, I would listen to the songs that we were going to play, and then I would play the drum part.
Luke, please don't say this.
Also...
Well, this is why I'm getting a degree in music and you're not, because there's no way you would get a degree, because people would be like, I don't like you because you're just doing it without practicing.
Well, I was a studio musician for a little bit.
Well, then maybe you should do that.
I can't with my leg.
Well, most people, like people who have a degree in music, they practice.
No company
practice
is gonna hire a drummer that can't play bass and hi-hat anymore.
But I'm telling you, the way I'm doing it, the way I realize that I need to do it is just hundreds thousands of times practicing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, Miss Deanna, when I was a jazz percussionist, I would hear the song, and I would know what the drum part is because we would be doing, like, a big band arrangement of, like, oh my gosh, I can't even remember all the big band groups anymore from, like, the 30s and 40s, but I'd be listening to the stuff, you know, that kind of stuff, and then it was like, me and this other drummer, we divided up the parts. He's like, I don't want to play this, I want to play this. When I did Frankenstein, I only heard it like once or twice. And then the fills that I did, I made up every concert we did. So it was like, I didn't do the same fills every show that I did. And I didn't stick with it that long because I was just kind of like the church drummer, and you know, I really wanted to get that studio job, and I got the studio job, and then the car accident happened, and you know. But yeah, I used to be able to play by ear pretty easily. I probably still could, but I can't use my feet very well.
That doesn't work for me, Luke. My version of playing by ear is I practice it so much times that I memorize the song.
But not the lyrics.
Luke, you know what? You ragging on me, I'm going to end up having something good in music, and you're going to be sitting here on the couch.
Really?
So, you know what?
I won't have to work anymore?
You know what, Luke?
Let's do it.
You know what?
What?
That people with a lot of talent, but no, like, you know, drive or whatever, and not practicing, they're not going to go as far as person with less talent and more practicing. Even if I have less talent than you, I'm going to be practicing more.
It wasn't.
And I'm going to end up...
I wouldn't say memorization is a talent. I just heard the song once, and then I played it exact, and I just changed the fills.
Luke, the only person... Luke, that's not normal. Like, there are some musicians that hear it once and play it, but the only person I've ever heard of that happening to was Mozart.
Yeah.
It's not normal to do that. You can't hear it. I just don't want to talk to you right now. Luke, I don't care. I don't care if you're more talented than me.
I never said that.
I'm going to practice more than you, and I will surpass you.
I know.
First, I was but the learner, and I'm going to be the Darth Vader of music.
You can sing really well. You can play piano.
You will be the Anakin/Rey, and I
will be... Whoa. Let's not bring Rey into this.
You will be the Luke Skywalker or Anakin of music. I will be the Darth Vader, because Darth Vader is angry and he has practiced a lot, and that's how he got good at lightsabers.
I was trying to compliment you. You're an amazing singer. You can play the violin really well, and you can play piano. All I can do is play the drums, or all I could is play the drums. You know,
you could learn other instruments, but you'd have to do it the hard way.
Yeah, I can't learn other instruments.
You'd have to practice.
I try to do piano. I can't do it. So, but anyway, thank you guys so much for the super chats. Thanks for hanging out. The anniversary stream starts next. We're not going to tell you what it is. I'll give you another hint. The game that we'll be playing is a fantasy game from more than 20 years ago. It's got wizards and warriors and magic. Well, I mean, I'm assuming wizards and warriors and magic is the same thing. Really cool music, and it's a very stupid fun game that Amber and I played on occasion, as well as we played it in the arcade a few times, because it was in the arcades. So, yeah. Feel free to guess, and we'll see you guys on the anniversary stream, okay? God bless, happy gaming. Thanks again. See you in a bit. I'm not gonna have to